Can you just give like a way, like few of your strategies on, or things you try on how to deal with the emotional, psychological side of betting?
It is a scam when you don't allow everyone to operate on fair terms.
We are the Robin Hoods of sports betting. We take something back from the rich bookies and enable our customers to beat them instead.
You just gotta try to lose your feelings for the money you have involved in betting in a way.
Yeah.
Of course, if you have all of your money involved in betting, it's going to be very tough to do so. And it's okay. You can have days where it goes shit and you can be upset about it. That's fine. But like for me, at least, it's like I can watch a game, I can lose it, and I'm upset. I can play a video game, I can lose, I'd be upset. 5 minutes later, I'm fine. It's just the heat of the moment. It's just like, but it's not, doesn't mean like, it just could be like competitiveness. If you are affecting your life, then of course it's bad. If it's something that's affecting your mood, like you can't sleep at night, if it's things that really gets to you. I don't know, like one thing I'm doing, which is not the best probably, but to disconnect, usually I just watch something before I go to sleep and to just get my thoughts off everything that I have involved, because I struggle to just completely get away from my thoughts and ideas, whatever it might be, because I always start to think about whatever, and then I need to write it down so I don't forget it, and it's just good to be able to disconnect in a way. And I'm not saying what I'm doing is right, because it's probably better ways for most people out there, but it's just the way I at least handle these situations. But yeah, you can't get too emotional about it. You can't be upset. Yeah, you might lose a lot of money because someone misses a penalty, the ref fucks up a goal, VAR doesn't review something. Like, was that Arsenal against City that City should have had a sending off before halftime?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could have definitely given a red card to Kyle Walker for the high boot. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can be like even with VAR, they managed to fuck this up. And you can beat yourself up about it because you were on City minus 1.5 and they only won 1-0. You were on overs, you like whatever. But if you just constantly go around and thinking about how unlucky you are in all those spots, you're just gonna make a lot of excuses for yourself, and it's no need to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Trademate helps you out a lot with that, in the sense that, like, once you understand, I think the biggest thing is understanding. I would say, like, if you understand like how it works, how value betting works, how it's implemented into a software, whatever software, like the principles behind that, then you know that it's about an accumulation of bets, maximizing as many bets as you can. The more value bets you place, like, you know that, like, that, going from bet 2001 to 2002, like, you know that you just made progress. So I think
it's a good way to put it. And to just know that, first of all, you need to know that you have an edge. And if you know you have an edge, you just know the more bets you're placing and whatever staking strategy you go with, you've got to be, first of all, prepared for the swings. And if you are prepared for the swings, you just got to accept whatever comes with you, because you should be aware of whatever swings you're putting yourself up for. And if that's 30% Kelly, if it's 20% Kelly, if it's a flat staking strategy, all of those things can and probably should be accounted for in advance, at least when it gets to a pretty serious amount of money. When it starts like affecting your life in a way.
Yeah. I mean, that's obviously something too that you should, I think I've heard so many great analogies of, like, I think I can't remember, something about like TVs, and if you lose enough money to want to smash your TV, then you probably bet too much money or something like that. And if you, I'm not doing a great job at this, but someone said a great analogy.
I thought it would be like, then your TV is not big enough, or then you need a new TV anyway, or I'm joking.
Yeah, no, it's something like that. If you're so Oh, whatever. I'll just stop while I'm at it. I'm not very good at this.
Keep going. You're getting there. You're getting there.
I'll get there one day. But no, I think the other thing might be experience too. Like just the more times you place bets, the more times, the more times you bet, like the less emotional I think you get with your results if you know you have an edge. And over time, I mean, I remember when I first.
Sorry.
No, keep going.
Okay, if you look at it from a punter's perspective, or punter is wrong to use there, but I mean, here is if you look at a new customer of Trademate, never used it before, signs up, sees all these amazing graphs, puts his grinding gloves on and places 200 trades the first week, ends up losing half of his money. He don't understand how that can happen because the graphs doesn't have these kind of swings. It just goes straight upwards pretty much. Then you need to take into account, first of all, what kind of staking strategy has he been using. Maybe he was using 50% Kelly. Maybe he was using 100% Kelly. Maybe like all of these things needs to be explained and understood. And that's where I think, in a way, I'm not saying it's misleading, but it's misunderstood by a lot of people because they think they don't understand the variance that's involved there and how little 200 bets is in a way, even though it's a lot of bets.
It's crazy. It's a lot of bets to a punter. Like, someone who's just starting. 200 bets is like an insane amount of money because most people place, if you're a punter just starting, you probably only place like 2 bets on the weekend or something like that.
Yeah. And do you have any stats on how many bets an average Trademate user places a week? Because I don't know.
No, I mean, we recommend, something about 200 a week is good. 100's pretty decent too. Oh yeah, I mean, at the moment, with the amount of football that's on and a few American sports, you can easily, if you put in the time and effort, you could easily get 300 or 400 in on. Well, I'd say 300 on recommended leagues.
Okay, that's more than I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, then again, it's like, you can have losing weeks. You can also have 2 losing weeks in a row. If you're saying there's a 5% chance of a losing week, you're gonna have 2 of those in a row.
Yeah.
It like in a year, it's very likely to. Not very likely, but it's likely to happen to some. Or it will happen to some.
Yeah, I think, and then the other thing I wanted to just say from experiences, like you said, I remember when I probably first started using Trademate, I wasn't as, you don't understand as many principles as you do once you do it for a longer time, and this last weekend. I'm not doing this to gloat about it, but I won like €1,000 on a bet. And if I had won that €1,000 a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have been going fucking mental. Like I would have been running around the house saying like, holy shit, that is just the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I didn't even, it was only a day later after it happened that I was like, I actually didn't have any reaction. I was like, oh fuck, I just won that bet. That was exactly my reaction, and I never had any moment where I was like, dancing around the house or anything like that. So I think it's all just experience and getting to understand the principles.
And that's also why I feel a bit like asking me these questions. I never had any proper jobs in my life. I worked at a gas station when I was 17. I quit that to play poker as soon as I turned 18. I've been playing poker. I've had losing days and winning days every single day, all of my life, or adult life. So how do I look at these things? Well, I have, first of all, a very different mindset to gambling money. The gambling money, I know it's going to go up and down, and I'm fine with it. If I were to lose whatever I had online, I still have reserve money that I can top up with. But I'm also saying that, well, I'm ready to punt with the money I have, and I'm using aggressive staking strategies. But what can I say? It's a long-term game, and I don't recommend people, if they have a saved up money or if they have something, don't put it all into gambling and go with the 30% Kelly. That's too much. But if you have 20K into investing and you're in your 20s and you're putting 5K into that and going with 30% Kelly, that's totally fine. Like, yes, you can turn those 5K into 100K in a year using Trademate, and you're expected to make way more here than you would be with any other investment I would be willing to put a lot of money on.
Yeah.
And but yeah, you can also lose those 5K, and that sucks, but you're not expected to do so.
No, I mean, it depends. I mean, you can run a few. I was just going to mention the variance calculator stuff that we did when we were in, and that's, I mean, going back to talking about variance and stuff like that, that's I think one of the greatest things you can do to realize how variant your results can be over a small sample size, and how wary of that you need to be, like that you can get incredibly unlucky.
Yeah, you can. But on the other hand, you can get incredibly lucky, and you're more likely to be incredibly lucky.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's like, how do you think casinos makes their money? Yeah, some casinos might have losing months, but they're putting themselves in a position where they're more likely to be lucky. And the same you would by using Trademate. As you can see, 2.5% over how many millions of bets now? That's more
3
than
million,
casinos
I think now.
I think that's twice as big as an edge a casino has on baccarat, and that's before comping the players for playing baccarat.
Yeah.
So something to think about.
We're at 3,285,000 trades, 5.6 million profit, 2.56% ROI.
Yeah, that's twice as high as baccarat for the casino without comping players.
I think a great question to ask yourself when you start betting is to think about it from the other side of the fence, to think how do bookmakers make money, because we essentially reverse that onto them. Like, we take away their margin and take more of a margin on top of that. So
in a way, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's a reason why, like you said, there's a reason why the odds is dropping basically every single time. It's a reason why they limit people.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to finish on this because I think it's a really good quote, and I just mentioned this earlier about the variance calculators, but you said this in the article that Neil wrote. You said swings will happen, and you should run some variance simulations to know you are mentally prepared for what's to come. And people should do this after a bad week of betting and lower their stakes. So
I would say they should do it before they increase their stakes. After, it might be too late.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I think I can, if I remember, I'll put a link above us here to the variance simulations video. But I think that's like if you want to fully understand how good this could go, how bad it could go, or how it should go, all those possibilities, then that variance calculator that you were showing us is I think the best tool.
Yeah, and there's so many of them. If you don't trust one or you don't like whatever, find another one.
Yeah, I guess it's similar to you, mate. If you think Jonas is a scam, just go and listen to another Pro Sports Bettor.
Not too many who speaks about what they're doing.
Yeah, I was just talking about that with Ryan before. I quite enjoy going through the YouTube comments every now and then and seeing the 1 in 100 guy who says that you're a scam. It's very enjoyable.
Yeah, well, you got to try to make a living somehow, right?
Yes, mate. It's I guess they think it's too good to be true, mate.
Yeah. Well, I do understand it, but if anyone has any questions or if there's any doubt, like I said, we're open about everything. We're not hiding anything. So ask any questions about Trademate, and everyone can understand why it's not a scam. At least if their IQ is above a 2-digit number.